What's up, guys? Winner Kills here. Welcome yet again back to another deck profile. So basically, if you guys have watched my videos for a while now and you've been a long time follower of the channel, you know that back in the day, probably around 2016 or so, I played a deck called Synchro Fusionist. That's right. Well, obviously that deck is a little bit different now that we're in Master Rule 4, and you might have thought that deck is dead and gone, but a Discord member of mine by the name of Handloop had showed me this deck, and I was like, well, my god, man, Synchro Fusionist is not dead. And what I mean by that, this is the same type of deck that goes triple Omega, Trish, Nat Beast, turn 1, leaves your opponent starting with 2 cards. There's just the turn-long combo sequence, the figuring everything out. I loved Synchro Fusionist because it was just like one long puzzle. You're given 5 cards, like, how can I put all of this stuff on board this turn? And this is basically the Master Rule 4 version of this. I still don't know what I'm going to call this deck. I might just call it like Lightsworn Plant Synchro Turbo. I have no idea. Or Linkro Fusionist. I don't know. But anyways, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with the deck, starting with the main monsters. And if you might have imagined, it's playing your triple Lone Fire, of course. This card is extremely important to get you to this guy in the Predaplant engine mainly. You can also use him to go for Spore or a Glow Up Bulb if the situation calls for it, but you definitely want to play your triple Lone Fire Blossom. But in most cases, if you open this card and you don't have this card available to you, you want to go for the Scorpio, because this is going to summon your Cobra, and your Cobra is going to grab, of course, your Brilliant Fusion, because we are playing the Brilliant Fusion engine in this deck. And then for the last 2 plans, we have 1 Spore and 1 Glow Up Bulb, because those cards are very important in decks like these. Now we'll go into the Lightsworn engine, which is going to consist of 3 Wolf, because you're going to do a lot of milling, and then hitting this off of any mills is just free, so you kind of want to play it. 2 Raiden, again, the mills, he's a level 4 tuner, works perfectly. Same philosophy with Felice, but if she's milled, she gets specialed as a level 4 tuner, so a little bit better than Beast in some cases. 1 Lumina to get things back from the grave, to get things out of hand. Cards like Fairy Tale Snow, Damage Juggler, Glow Bulb, Giant Rex, you name it. Lumina will get it out of your hand and help you be able to play better. So that's it for the Lightsworn engine. Now we have a bit of a Perform Mage engine consisting of 2 Hat Tricker, because in a deck like this, being able to spam an extra level 4 monster on your field is nice, especially since he's a level 4 Earth, and Glow Bulb is a level 1 Earth. That's how you help to make your Nat Beast, because he does require a level 4 Earth, or a Earth non-tuner and 1 Earth tuner. And then we play the Damage Juggler and, of course, the Trick Clown. This is basically, if it's sent, you can search this. You could search this if you wanted to. It also could save you from burn, I guess. So that's that for that engine. And next we have some miscellaneous one-ofs, I guess. Not really miscellaneous. They all sort of play their important role in the deck. Giant Rex being that when it's banished, primarily off of this card, it gets summoned. So you definitely want to have this card in the deck. Now that this is a very new card, I would say, in the realm of things. So it fits in very well with this deck. If this card gets milled to the grave, or you happen to discard it off something, it's free fodder for Snow, and it summons itself back out when it's banished, so it's very, very helpful. 1 Goblin Burge. This is basically to help you get a free rank 4 going if your turn is kind of slow. You normal this, get this on the field, or the Giant Rex, make a Minerva, get some plays going. Zephyros and Thousand Blades, because Thousand Blades can get triggered off of this guy. It can also get triggered off of this. So you got plenty of ways to bring him out. And then we play 1 Dot Scraper. This card is interesting. It's a level 1 Earth. It's just fodder for Link plays, I would say. Curios, Mrs. Radiant, or Saryuja, any of those cards really. If he's sent to the graveyard, you can summon him. If he's banished, you can summon him, but you can only use 1 effect of that, and that's a once per duel, so gotta be careful how you use a little Dot Scraper here. And then with the Brilliant Fusion engine, we need to play Garnet and Lazuli, because opening up 1 ruins your whole game, so why not just play 2 to make that chance a little less likely. I'm all for that. Next, we'll go into the spells. To start, we have, of course, triple Brilliant Fusion. because you play the Brilliant Fusion engine. You need this card. It's very, very good. And then we have triple solar recharge and triple charge of the Light Brigade to get some more mills going. Draw power as well. Get things out of your hand. Search the Lightsworn cards that you want to see. 1/1 for 1 soul charge, 1 foolish, 1 monster reborn. These 2 cards are absolutely nuts in this deck. It's absolutely insane what those cards can do for you in this deck. It's just over the top. Another card that you could play at 3 in here that I would recommend to play, I just forgot to put it in, is triple Called by the Grave, because you're going to be going first most of the times and hand traps can hurt you a lot. So why not just main triple Called by the Grave and play 45 cards, because it's already a 42 card build. Now we'll go into the extra deck, and we'll start with the links, going to synchros, then Ixies, then fusion. Of course, you probably know what that fusion is. So 1 Saryuja, 1 Decode. This should be a second Saryuja, we just don't have one right now. Preferably, you should play 2 Saryuja in this deck because it's just that good. There's been several times where I've made double Saryuja and it just digs you into that soul charge that you want to see to win the game. Basically, 1 Kyrios and 1 Mrs. Radiant. That rounds up the links. Then for synchros, we have 1 Trish, triple Omega. Obviously, you need this card, Omega Lol, because this is how you're going to be taking those cards out of your opponent's hands, of course, as well as Trish. Black Rose, 2 clear boards, Naturia Beast, or you can play Barkion if you just are terrified of Altergeist. So those are the synchros that we're running. And now we're going to Ixies, 1 Dweller, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Minerva the Exalted Lightsworn, and 1 MX Saber Invoker. You pretty much go into these 2 cards every single turn. And then our last fusion is, could you have guessed it, it's Seraphonite. There it is. You gotta play the Seraphonite, of course, to go into, have something to summon off the Brilliant Fusion. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna be doing test hands with this deck, test hand videos, maybe some combo videos. Although it's just probably just better to do test hands because every hand you have is technically a combo with this deck. And yeah, I'm going to be getting some dual videos with it too, but I owe it to one of my Discord members, Handloop, for showing me this deck because I never knew it existed. And it's pretty cool to see that a deck like this can still play in Master Rule 4. So, hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Leave a like if you did. Let me know if you want to see some test hand videos or duels with it. And yeah, as always, WinnerKiller signing out. We'll see you in the next one.